gone either way.
Definitely. And I mean, as we get ready for our, excuse me, second series of the night, the Bleacher Boys versus the Sappers.
Oh
On the side
boy.
of the Sappers, we have Crops with Socks, Dr. George, Nobody, and Nick's Ethereum. On the side of the Bleacher Boys, we have Kiptero, Ox Doc, Artemis, and Massimin.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, my friend. Seeing the Sappers and the Bleacher Boys coming up next is going to be an exciting matchup. I know a couple of these guys. I've seen a few of them play, but I have not seen these two teams play together. So I'm very, very curious and excited to see how this goes forward in a best of three.
Definitely. I mean, so am I. I mean, coming from the Sapper sides, Nick's Ethereum. I have played with that man a lot, and let me tell you something. He is, despite the fact he is in the champ range, I won't disclose where about. He is definitely beyond where he should be for his level. And with everyone else, I mean, I've seen the Sappers play before. I'm pretty sure it was Crocs, George, and Nix. They ended up losing the match they were in. I think it was 2-1 against the team they were against before, but I cannot remember.
This will be a good matchup here. Both the Bleacher Boys and the Sappers have been doing a great job so far in this season. And looking at these two teams matching up, I'm not sure who's going to be playing, but I'm guessing Kiptiro will be in there, as well as Artemis. Oh gosh, I'm so bad at reading
Artemis.
names.
Artemis.
Artemis, apologies. Artemis, as well as Kiptiro. I'm assuming they're both going to be in there. Those are the two players I know. I've seen them play myself. I know how they play. I think they're strong players. Can they keep the momentum rolling against the Sappers is the real question coming into this match.
Definitely. And what I will say, if you give Artemis the ball and you get, not Artemis, sorry, Kiptero the ball and give him the space, say goodbye to any win you had. I mean, I've played with Kiptero before myself, and he is a demon on the ball using the Batmobile. I mean, that is
Oh,
one of the harder cars to use since it's such a flatter body and it's built like the Dominus, and it's just amazing to see the stuff he can do with that car. It's a blast. But I do have to ask, bunch of my friends, what are your predictions for how this series is going to go?
well, honestly, hearing about the Batmobile, I feel like we got a fairy peak in the making over here. And that's what I like to hear. But honestly, looking at these two squads, again, I wasn't correct about the first matchup. I was leaning towards the Armada squad against the Arctic Assassins, but I was incorrect. And looking at this one here, I'm leaning towards the Bleacher Boys, but once again, I was wrong before, so do not take my words in stone. I think the Bleacher Boys are gonna be able to clutch this one up within 3 rounds. But I would love to hear what the rest of the squad and the rest of the family and viewers think as well. Whether you think it's going to be the Bleacher Boys and the Sappers, make sure you decide and let your votes count. Or let your points count, is the word I was trying to say.
Definitely. And I mean, uh, we're just waiting on the Sappers to load in now as we have every one of the Bleacher Boys in. We have today Kip Terrell, Massaman, and Artemis. Probably the three best players on their team, leaving out Ox Doc. Maybe opting to sub him in later on if the games aren't going their way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who knows? But as we wait for the Sappers to come in, I mean, I've got nothing to say apart from I'm just excited for this match. I'm really hyped to know who is going to win and if this will be the same as last series with as much offense and defense or just backing one of the teams up into a corner and keeping them there until you get the win.
Right. I honestly, I think it's going to be pretty similar in skill level and just as close as the last match we just saw. I think the Sappers and the Bleacher Boys both can bring the intensity. They can both bring the heat, and I've seen both teams work extremely well as a squad together. So honestly, I would not be surprised whatsoever if we see something similar to what we just witnessed, and this goes all the way down to game 3 overtime. I would not be surprised in the slightest if that's what occurred.
Honestly, I feel like we might see in overtime this first match as we get Crocs with Socks, Dr. George, and Nyx Ethereum into this first round of the second series as both teams load in, and as we head to the first kickoff. Punchy, my friend, take it away from here.
All right, guys, here we go. We're hopping right into this one, into the matchup. And we've got the Sappers and the Bleacher boys going here in a head-to-head in a best-of-3 with the kickoff. It's going to head down to the blue side. It's going to be Crocs with Socks able to get the first connection. Artemis gets the pop, and that might be too high, but Kiptiro is there. And a great defense here by Kiptiro, keeping the ball out of their net. That was a for sure goal setup. It's going to be back down towards the middle. Artemis going for the touch, not able to get it. He's going to clear over Dr. George. And can Artemis keep the momentum rolling forward? He's got the double touch, but no. Ethereum there for the clear. It's back over to Masamoon, back into the corner. Here it goes up to Kiptiro, the only person on defense. Can he keep Dr. George away? And he's got his teammate Artemis able to clutch in for the final, save that ball. And that keeps that moving back and towards the middle.
Definitely, as Kiptero goes for the flick here, but George gets it away in time as Massa sends it straight back down to Crocs, putting it over Massa's head. But Kiptero plays the fake, stopping right under the ball, letting it just float there as I believe it was Crocs go straight under it, but it's staying on the Sappers side for now, unless Dr. George getting a classy flick, trying to slot it in, but it's just too far wide. Now all of the Sappers are up. George is the only one back at net. Can he save any of Kiptero's shots as it's sent too far across from the double touch? He gets control again and the full boost, but is bumped away. George passing it down to Nyx. Nyx missing his touch. And Crocs, the only one back at net, gets demoed, leaving George to get the save, while Nyx grabs the boost and plays back. And it's just a back and forth ping pong again, same as last match. It gets sent down to one side and then it's back on the other as Kiptero misses his touch. It's in the corner, it's above the net, but no one is there, and Nyx just misses his touch.
Right you are. It is a ping pong match once again. It's going to be Kiptiro able to get the breakthrough here, popping it back down towards the blue side. Here goes Masamoon with the assist. Can he get through the net? No, it's going to be Ethereum with the touch, popping that back down towards middle. Artemis gets the first touch, second touch off the back wall. Is anyone there for the help? It's going to be Masamoon going for the connection, but not able to fully complete the finish. Can he get the second touch again? No. Artemis there on the redirect, popping off the back wall. It's going to be Dr. George keeping the ball moving forward for the blue squad, but the orange team, they're keeping the pressure on right now. They're able to block off all the assaults and keep it moving back down towards the blue field, but that's going to be a big pop. It's going to be up the sidewall. And I spoke too soon as Crocs with Socks able to tuck one away here. 2.5 minutes left on the clock, and that bounces off the top bar, and that will drop right in. A huge play here from the Sappers.
Definitely is. Kiptero tries to get the save, jumping a bit late and own goaling it is something you don't want the best player on your team to do, as Crocosocks launches it down, no one's there. Next, waiting on the wall, full boost, gets a touch back out to Massa. Massa taking it back at the wall, trying to get a redirect in front of net, but he can't as Nyx is just there blocking him away, grabbing the full boost, trying to play again, but Kiptero launches it over. Massa getting the touch, but not the touch they wanted as Kiptero puts it back on net. And all of the Sappers are in the net trying to protect everything at once as Dr. George clears this out. Tries to get the musty, but just can't get it in time as it's sent back down to the net where Nyx is the only one left. George clearing it off to the side and Kiptero's already there, putting it back out mid. Artemis with a shot, but it's blocked away by Crocs with Socks. Massive putting it back down into their net, trying to kill as much time as they can and get a goal as quickly as possible. I mean, both teams really going after it. Crocs with Socks with another lovely save, waiting on Kiptero's touch. Gets it away from Kiptero. Artemis is already up, playing the ball. Ooh, double commit on the ball, and it's a save from Nyx, forcing Artemis to play back on the burst as Dr. George takes it up the wall, but Artemis is already there, taking it away.
It's the pressure here, the pressure from the Sappers. It's on point. They're keeping the aggression forward The Bleacher boys are doing a great job of holding the defense, but it's only a matter of time until they're able to slip through, and I spoke just too soon. As Dr. George is able to put another one away, moving the Sappers up 2-0. And this is exactly what I was talking about, the aggression from the Sappers right now. They're putting so much pressure on top of the Bleacher boys that they are just purely playing defense, and it was only a matter of time until one slipped through, and it's going to be an attempt here to try to bring the momentum back forward. Here comes Ethereon trying to go for the first touch, gets it back to the corner, over towards Crocs. Crocs trying to get the pitch off the ground, but it's going to be carried by Kiptiro, pushing his way forward for the demo, not able to connect. Dr. George back towards the middle side here. Here comes a big break side from Ethereon, setting themselves up. Can Ethereum get the second touch? Yes, he does, but no, it's going to be Kiptiro with a beautiful save here on the side of the Bleacher boys, and they are feeling the pressure. Kiptiro trying to keep the momentum moving forward. He's able to get past one, gets past two with a nice bounce, but it's going to be Ethereum there, ready to clear that one out. And once again, like I said, that's what it's coming down to. It's the defensive and offensive plays here. The offense is on point right now out of the Sappers. They're keeping the momentum forward. Dr. George with the double touch, trying to finish that one up. Kiptiro there with the denial. Crocs the socks, trying to get the final touch. Can Kiptiro get his way through? It's going to be Masamoon back towards the middle, and that will do it. It's going to be a clear down to the ground. Sappers easily able to take up game number one. If they can keep this momentum rolling into game number two, I see no reason they can't clean sweep this.
Definitely. And I mean, all teams on the Sappers played a really big part, outscoring almost everyone on the Bleacher Boys side with 8 saves and 7 shots. I mean, the Bleacher Boys had 10 shots on the net. 2 of them could have went in, but I mean, they just weren't good enough. As Sappers take this first win, moving into round 2, I do wonder how this is going to go now. Will the Sappers get another full sweep, or will the Bleacher Boys finally make a comeback?
No, you said a lot right there that added up as well. The Bleacher boys 10 shots on net in that round, but only there was 8 saves by the Sappers. That is showing exactly how the defense is working here for the Sappers. They are in sync. They are flowing together. Ethereum, Crocs, and Dr. George keeping the momentum rolling, able to take game one. They're going to keep the momentum and the pressure rolling here into game number 2. The Bleacher boys are feeling the intensity. They've got to get something together if they want to try and close this one out.
Definitely. And I mean, Crocs for Socks already bopped away onto the ball, but it gets pinched by one of the Bleacher boys, sending it right back down as Kiptero puts it mid. Crocs for Socks already up in the air. Artemis playing the 50, pushing it back down to Nix. Dr. George playing the ball. 30 bursts left in the tank. Can he get it out in time? No, he can't, as it's left in an open net, and Crocs for Socks with an amazing save. Massiman trying to go for another shot here, putting it high, but it's saved away by Dr. George, and Crocs for Socks will finish the clear out. Crocs grabbing the full boost, trying to play the 50, putting it over net. Can he get the double tap? No, because Kiptero is already there, playing the ball, knowing exactly where he's going to place it. Next, trying to put it back in front of net, but it's cleared away again. Can George get the double dunk down from this touch? And he can. Oh! Socks trying to get a shot on, but it's blocked away again, definitely pushing the Bleacher boys onto the defensive side, not giving them a chance to go down to the Sapper side, as we might be able to see a holiday, but we won't. We are not going to see a holiday from the Sappers this time, as it's still kept on the Bleacher boys side, staying in their side of the court, on their side of the corner, as they opt to keep it there in front of net, faking one out, but does not fake Artemis out, and Artemis gets the save from the shot by Dr. George. And we're back down onto the Sapper side, seeing a holiday for the first time.
This is what I was talking about, my friend. We are neck and neck and seeing these play styles coming into fruition here in game number 2. Masamoon trying to go for the touch. He's able to try and get the clear that Kiptero, but he's not able to get over Crocs. Crocs able to get the defense there with a beautiful touch. Here comes Artemis getting another pop up, but it's going to be Dr. George with the clear. Back towards the middle, Masamoon taking control of the ball, able to get past one, but Ethereum's there with the tap. Here comes Crocs with the double. And Kiptiro again on the save, able to clear this one out. Crocs looking for the final push, but it's going to get denied by Masamoon. And that's a big pop over Dr. George back towards the middle. Ethereon taking control of the ball here. But he's got the rest of the squad set up. He's able to get Artemis over to one, but no. Denied by Ethereon. Here goes Masamoon with the touch. Going for the double, but Dr. George is there. Able to get that back down towards the middle. And a good clear here by Artemis. Gives a good pump to one of the blue players. Crocs with socks. Goes for the touch. Can he get through? No. That's going to head back down to the orange side here. And the pressure is relentless here. The squad keeping the momentum rolling forward. It's going to be back down towards the middle. Artemis going for the touch, gets under one, but it's going to be Dr. George with the redirect back to the middle. And these two players are neck and neck. And like you said, for the past few games, we are literally having another ping pong situation between these two teams.
Definitely, and I mean, both teams definitely keeping up on the saves. I mean, there's not much you can do with a middle. Just under 2 minutes left, and both teams have scored 0 times. Can the Sappers manage to get one goal before the game ends, or will the Bleacher boys stop the sweep from happening completely as Nix stays onto the ball, goes up for a second pop, but it's just over his head and out. Kiptero taking control here. You don't want to give Kiptero the ball, or it's left into an open net with Cross for socks. Getting the epic save, and Nix Ethereon getting another epic save.
Wow.
I mean, a double save back to back, both epic, giving the team a boost in morale, 100% as it's cleared back out. But Masamoon's going to try to keep it in the corner here. The corner boost has spawned. Nix Ethereon is going to try to go up for this, but Masa plays it low. Straight to Dr. George, and Dr. George maybe just be able to roll this in. If he gets the fake, maybe a pop over Kiptero. Artemis, sorry, as Artemis gets the save, and Kiptero left midfield wondering why the ball almost went in his net from his own mistake. Good thing he stopped in time, otherwise this would have been game as we head into the last 40 seconds of the match. Dr. George trying to get a double, gets popped way too high. Nix trying to get a shot, saved by Kiptero, and it's just staying on the Bleacher Boys side. They are not giving it a break to go back down to theirs as Dr. George tries to play the 50. Crocs with Soggs getting one touch. Can he get the other? Yes, he can. Can he follow up with it? No, as it's blocked away by Massa again. Nix trying to redirect it down in front of net, but Dr. George isn't close enough to finish it. But gets one touch, tries to get it over Artemis, and it's left mid, just floating there. Can George put it in? Is it still over net? No, he can't. And Crocs with Socks can't get the finishing touch. Trying to leave it for Nix. Kiptero clears it down. George playing the ball on the wall here, taking as much time and control as he needs, as this might touch the ground and we head into an overtime unless the Sappers can get a 0-second goal here, but it doesn't look like it as both teams struggle to keep it up, putting us into game 2 overtime.
Here we go, my friend. Our second adventure into the overtime world tonight. It's going to be Dr. George trying to take control of that ball. Kiptiro with the clear back towards middle. Ethereon looking to gain the advantage. Can he get the connection with Crocs? And it's able to hop over, but it's Kiptiro with an insane touch there. Able to get that one cleared from the net, but it's got the pressure coming right back towards him. Kiptiro trying to keep it forward, but a beautiful pop there, and that'll do it. Crocs with socks, tucks one away. And it's going to be a finish there by the Sappers, taking the game number 2 with a clutch finish here in overtime.
I mean, I can definitely see a sweep happening from the Sappers here. I mean, 2 sweeps in one day, that would be intense. With Crocs with socks, 5 saves, 774 score,
Wow.
1 goal. I mean,
Wow.
that is what you love to see from your team. That is amazing, as Massa did leave the match, but they might just be changing their car unless we have a third sub in for the night.
Honestly, the big thing to look at there tonight in this matchup was Crocs with socks. Yes, he only hit 1 goal, but he had 5 saves for his team, as well as 7 shots on net. He was locking down the goal for the rest of the squad. He was keeping them away and bent over and locked into the position. That's exactly what you wanted to see from the Sappers. Crocs with socks leading the charge here, putting their team in a dominant performance so far.
Definitely, as I was correct, Masamune has been. Oh, the server went down for maintenance. Never mind. As
Is it Tuesday?
Masamune left, it is Wednesday, my friend. But we do have another sub in from Ox Doc. I mean, third sub in tonight,
We got Doc.
as
We got Doc.
as it does look like we might need to restart the match. I don't know, as the server did go down for maintenance. That is so unfortunate that that happened.
I mean, that's the way she goes in or not Counter Strike, but in Rocket League. It happens all the time. The servers are a bit of a mess, especially I speak from experience as someone who lives near Dallas, where the server is in Dallas, but I still have horrible connections. Even with a Dallas server that's an hour away from me, it's just the way she goes with the Rocket League servers. So hopefully we get this sorted out. We have a smoother session here for game number 3. As we've seen the Sappers have a dominant performance so far. We want to see the Bleacher boys try and bring the heat back to the Sappers here. But Crocs with Socks is tearing it up right now. They need to put a stop to his onslaught if they want to take game number 3.
Definitely, as we wait for everyone to load back in. I do believe we have everyone. We have Dr. George, Nix, Kiptero, Artemis, Oxdoc, and Croc with Socks as everyone loads in. Heading into game 3, Sappers have the chance to get a second, well, not a second, a full sweep, making it the second one of the night. Dr. George and Doc on the kickoff as it's sent straight mid. Nix and Croc trying to get the pinch there, but it's sent far mid. Croc misses it, and it's just left back in front of the Bleacher Boys' net as Croc can't get the flick he wanted, keeping it in the midfield on the blue side. I mean, we might see another ping pong match here, unless maybe Nix can just get an easy start, and he does. Nix Ethereum taking control of the ball, waiting for it to drop down with his low burst, getting the dunk straight under Kiptero.
Beautiful plays here from Ethereum, bringing the momentum forward again for the Sappers. They're already up 2-0 in this best of 3. They starting off 1-0 here in the first 30 seconds. It's going to be Doc with a big pop downfield. Can he get the second touch? But no, it's going to be saved. Dr. George off the top bar. Is anybody there to finish it? No. Ethereum with a beautiful clear sends us back down towards the orange half. He's going to be able to steal that boost in the corner. I lied. He did not get a hold of it. He's heading back towards Dr. George. Dr. George left alone. Artemis there on the defense, but Dr. George with the clear. Here comes the second pop, and it's off the sidebar. Is anybody there to finish it? No. Dr. George again with another clear, and this is the problem right here. The Sappers, they are not letting mistakes slide through. Even if somebody misses the ball, there's somebody there on the recovery. They have the teamwork and the dream work making in sync right now. They are not letting mistakes slide past their defense, and they're keeping the momentum rolling forward. Here goes a big pop by Kiptero. Ethereum looking to close this one out. Gets the touch, but is it enough? And yes, it is. As Dr. George is going to help him pop that one back down to the corner. Here comes a push from Doc. Back to the left corner, and Crocs with Socks able to take control of the ball. And this is what I'm talking about. The Sappers' aggression cannot be slowed down right now. They have to find a way to break through the Sappers' defense, and that's a task in itself.
Definitely, as Artemis clears it to the wall, but Crocs with Socks just there, trying to get a reset off of it to maybe, hopefully, flip it down into it, putting it in front of the net fully as Nix tries to pop this out mid. Zero boost now, pulls away as Dr. George tried to go for the double tap, but doesn't get it in time. And it's sent straight back down to the Sapper side, where Artemis gets the pop over Crocs, and it's left in front of net, but Nix is just going to take an easy clear there, sending it over Artemis, out over the wall, and Nix is still on the ball, passing it down, but Doc managed to get there and clear it off, giving it to Artemis, letting them try to put it mid, but it's cleared away by the Sappers again as Nix follows up on this, but it's just in their net from Dr. George as the entire side of the Bleacher boys left the net wide open from the triple commit, and that is not what you want to see.
This is exactly what I expected. I mean, the Sappers, they started up so strong in the first two games. I did not see them dropping their speed and their aggression here coming into game three. I am expecting them to keep the momentum rolling and hopefully finish this off strong. It's going to be Ethereum with the first clear. Here comes Kiptiro back to the middle, but it's going to be cleared easily by Dr. George. It's going to be Doc here, trying to get control of the ball, but it's going to be Croc with Socks popping that back up to the middle. Big clear here by the teammate. Can they get themselves lined up in time? He goes for the double touch, but no. It's not going to do it. Artemis trying to go for the connection. Is going to get that set back up, and they'll do it as Doc tucks one in. It's 2-1. And the Sappers still have the advantage, but there's 2 minutes left to play on the clock. Can they bring the intensity back? Having Doc as a new partner here, able to tuck one away. Let's see if they can keep the momentum rolling forward.
Definitely, with just under 2 minutes left on the clock. Both teams fighting for the win here, but at the end of the day, the Sappers will win as they are up 2-0. In the games, obviously, not score-wise. Score-wise, they might put it 3-1 if they just keep up with the defense and their repeated offense as it's pinched all the way to the Sappers corner. Is anyone up for it? Yes, but it's cleared away. Crocs with Socks opting to play this, going to take control, try to take it to the corner, get it around Artemis, get one touch, get two touch, send it out mid, and it's just over Nyx's head as it's rolling down to the net. Dr. George gets the save, opts to go for another touch, but bumped away is what you don't want to see. His next Ethereum gets the demo on Doc.
Croc with Socks able to get that double touch through the air. Smooth plays by him. Dr. George going for the double as well. Going to be able to get one, but here comes the push from Doc. He's got the interruption here. Crocs with Socks gets the touch, but he touches it with his wheel, sends the ball back to his own side. Dr. George trying to keep the momentum away from the net, able to do so. Gets the play off the sidewall here, but it's back over to the corner of Artemis. Artemis trying to keep the momentum forward here for the squad, but can he break through? No. It's back over to Doc. Doc looking to get past one. Can he get past two? No. And then once again, it's back towards the middle. Artemis trying to keep the pressure on the blue half here. The way the Sappers are playing, they're keeping the pressure so tight right now against the Bleacher boys. I do not see them able to break through the defense, and the offense itself, it's looking so strong here. From the Sappers, they go for another one. Here comes Artemis with the touch. Getting that recenter. Dr. George on the net, able to block the save. 10 seconds on the clock, and there's not a lot of hope left.
Definitely, as we tick down, 4 seconds left. And it does seem like the Sappers might get the full sweep if they let this touch the ground. But the Bleacher boys won't let it as Dr. George 50s it. It goes to touch the ground, but it's played back over net. Nyx doesn't get the save, but it's fine because it just drops down and touches the ground, giving the Sappers the full sweep they had wanted.
What a finish here by the Sappers, able to clutch this one up, winning a 3-0 sweep against the Bleacher boys. Dr. George, Crocs with Socks, and Ethereum put it on quite a bit of a show tonight as they were able to bring a dominant performance. I honestly didn't expect this to go so smoothly for them, but they literally brought the intensity to the board and the table, and they were able to shut down the Bleacher boys, no questions asked.
Definitely. And I do have to ask, do we have time for an interview tonight, or do we not have time for an interview? Very well. It does seem like we do have an interview from our lovely producer, Drakpack, keeping tabs on the stream and on everything else for us, as we're going to get Crocs with Socks in here just in a moment for the interview.
Oh yeah, that's what I like to hear. Crocs with Socks. We saw him go off in game. I think it was game number 2 when Crocs with Socks was just nailing
Hmm.
everything. His plays, his connections, his angles, everything was in sync. I'd love to talk to this gentleman about how much that game meant to them and how that brought the momentum, intensity into game number 3.
Definitely. What an amazing series, though. I mean, a double header back to back, and we got to see a double sweep. Crocs, how you doing, my friend? Welcome into the booth.
Hey, what's happening? Good to be here.
So, to begin with, during that first game, how did you feel about your team play with Nix and Dr. George?
It's just something we got to get warmed up to. You know, with Dr. George, being high skilled, good mechanics, but also a good vibe at the same time. We're able to just relax, take a breath, and adjust our gameplay, come out on top.
Definitely. And during that first match, what was your uh, game style there? Were you playing patiently, trying to see what the Bleacher Boys' weaknesses were, or were you trying to just force the ball into the net just to get the win as quickly as possible?
More a sense of just trusting Nick's, getting him to be okay with playing with these kind of level of players and getting him involved in our play. Because if it's just me and George playing the whole time, it's going to be easy to pick apart. So in a sense, yeah, kind of play it safe. And then we had Nick's play back a few times, and he ended up getting 4 saves on that. That was pretty cool to see of him. Definitely good gameplay by
Definitely.
him. He's definitely improving.
Definitely, and I believe he has almost reached the peak of Champ 2, if I'm not wrong. But with all that said and done, Punchy, my friend, do you have any questions for Mr. Crocs with socks over here?
Oh, I sure do. Crocs with socks. Congratulations, first of all, on the victory tonight. Seeing game number two,
Thank you.
you went off quite a bit there. You were the dominant force there in game number two. Bringing that momentum into game number three, knowing you already won the first two, did you guys feel pretty confident heading into there, or were you still running at a bit of a intensity challenge kind of feeling there with the squad?
I mean, it's always going to be an intense challenge. And then with them switching into Doc, we don't know how we're going to play. Cryptero is always a threat on the field, and just trying to stop him is a challenge in itself. So having the team just mix up kind of just kept us on the same page and finish the job.
Perfect. That's what I like to hear as well. Watching those matches close, each match was down to the wire originally, but seeing you guys dominate the performance overall, I noticed just the teamwork and the play style between you guys. Have you been running quite a while together? Because you guys seemed way more in sync opposed to the Bleacher Boys. You just had more connections, more passes, more shots, and you guys seemed more in tune with each other's play style. Is that true?
We kind of woke up late today and got together kind of late, but I mean, communication is key, obviously. And if we're not correcting each other and holding each other accountable on things that we do without any egos into play, it just starts to fire off.
Right. Of course. Of course. Of course. All right. That is all we have for you, Crocs of Socks. Thank you for stopping by for a couple questions here with me and Big Man Ting. Appreciate it. And congratulations on your victory tonight, my friend.
Thank you so much. Y'all have a good night, okay?
So you too.
Big Man Ting, we are down to the end of the matches tonight. We got to play a nice back to back header there Arctic Assassins and Armada, and then the Bleacher Boys and the Sappers. Do you have any final words for the fans?
Oh, definitely. As everyone already should know, if you haven't and you want to play in the QRLS, don't forget to join the Discord. Discord link has been put in the chat by Nightbot. Surprisingly, no one has to do it this time. With all that said, don't forget to check out the socials, YouTube, Instagram, all of that stuff. Keep don't forget to follow as well. Keep tuned onto every stream, either if you want to watch or you want to sit and cast and keep it up, or you want to play and keep it up. And obviously, go check out the merch. We have merch. I believe we have hats, jumpers, shirts, and a few other bits and bobs that I somewhat can never remember. But with all that said, would you like to end us off, Punchy?
Oh, I would love to, guys. Make sure, first off, have a good rest of your night. Make good decisions. And last of all, keep it quick.